Affirmations don't work, and the reason why comes from a cockpit. In cloud, with no horizon outside the window, your body will tell you that you are turning when you are flying perfectly level. The feeling is overwhelming. It is also completely wrong. Pilots who trust that feeling die. Pilots who read their instruments land. And you are running the same failure right now, in your career, every time you try to talk yourself into confidence you do not have. Here is what happens when you stand in front of a mirror and say, "I am confident." Your brain immediately runs a check against the record. You said you are confident, but you stayed silent in 3 meetings this week. You said you are a leader, but you have not asked for a single decision-making seat this year. You said money comes to you easily, but your chest tightened when you opened your banking app this morning. The affirmation does not close the gap. It measures it. And every time you repeat it, you are reminding yourself of the distance between the claim and the evidence. That gap is what most people call imposter syndrome, which brings me to the reframe that changes this. Imposter syndrome is usually not a self-worth problem. It is a record-keeping problem. You have done difficult things. You have handled situations other people avoided. You have carried responsibility that would flatten most of your colleagues. And you have kept no record of any of it. So when the doubt arrives, you have nothing to check it against. No instruments, just a feeling in the dark. Then you go looking for motivation, when what you actually needed was documentation. Now, I am not telling you to suppress what you feel. In the cockpit, you do not pretend the disorientation is not happening. It is happening. You feel it in your body. What you refuse to do is let it fly the aircraft. You scan. Attitude, airspeed, altitude, heading. Objective data makes the decision, not sensation. Same rule outside the cockpit. The fear before the presentation is real. The doubt before you send the proposal is real. It is not a verdict on your capability. It is a sensation with no visual reference. The goal is not to stop feeling doubt. The goal is to build instruments good enough that doubt stops making your decisions. There is a version of this that people get wrong in the other direction. Your inner state matters enormously, but there is a difference between faking and living. Faking it is saying words your life does not support. Living it is adopting the standards and behavior of the person you are becoming before the external proof shows up. The person you want to be reads. So you read. The person you want to be does not answer messages at 11 at night. So you stop. The person you want to be says the honest thing in the meeting. So you say it. Badly. Voice shaking. And you say it anyway. You are not performing a future identity. You are collecting evidence for it. That is the only input your brain actually accepts. Here is the layer underneath all of this. You can hit every target and still feel like a fraud. I have lived that. Flight hours, rank, a safety branch under my responsibility. And there were stretches where none of it registered as real. Here is why. Achievement only functions as evidence when it is connected to something you actually value. If you are collecting wins that belong to someone else's definition of a good life, your brain files them as noise. They cannot build confidence because they do not confirm anything about who you are trying to become. So when success stops meaning anything, that is usually not burnout. That is misalignment. You are climbing very efficiently in a direction you did not choose. Here is your action this week. 10 minutes, once. Open a note. 3 sections. Section 1. Instruments. 5 things you did in the last 30 days that required real capability. Actions with dates. No feelings. You handled the escalation. You fixed the thing nobody would touch. You had the conversation you had been avoiding for a month. 5 entries. Facts only. Section 2. Alignment check. Mark each one. Does this move me toward the life I actually want? Yes or no? Be honest. Some of your best work this month may be marked no. That is not a failure. That is a heading correction. Section 3. Next evidence. One action this week that produces new proof. One conversation. One ask. One boundary. One piece of work with your name on it. Then add to it every Friday. 2 minutes. In 90 days you will have a record. And a record beats a mantra every single time. Confidence is not a mood you generate before a hard thing. It is what is left over once you have collected enough evidence. If you want an honest read on where your resilience is actually strong and where it is quietly failing, take the Operational Resilience Assessment. And tell me in the comments, what is one piece of evidence from the last 30 days that you have never given yourself credit for? I read every one. Stop flying blind. I'll see you in the next one.